Today we'll be doing a succulent experiment.
Hi, I'm Adil Shambari. I'm a rising junior at Archbishop Midi High School, and today I'm going to do a couple of succulent activities with you. I've been growing for succulents for 4 years now, and I can tell you that they're the easiest plants to grow and the most environmentally friendly.
So why are we using succulents? Succulents are great because they need very little water to grow, up to 90% less water than traditional plants. They also need very little maintenance, and they're extremely easy to propagate, meaning you can grow more succulents from one. The objective of today's activity are 1. To see the benefits of succulents over traditional plants, 2. To understand how much water succulents actually need, and lastly 3. To monitor the growth of succulents and vegetable plants. Because this is an experiment, here's an example question and hypothesis. The question is, do succulents need less water to grow than regular plants? The hypothesis that I've chosen is that I believe succulents need less water in comparison to the traditional plant because succulent plants thrive in deserts, which receive minimal amounts of water every year. You should make your own question and your own hypothesis based on this experiment. In today's experiment, you will need 3 glass or plastic cups, 1 bag of sand, perlite, and potting soil each, 2 tomato plants or any other non-succulent plant, 1 succulent. Note that if you are using a succulent cutting, wait at least a day for it to cure, 1 spray bottle, and then lastly, a designated area like outside in a garden. The next step is preparing the soil. Succulent soil is actually really special because you need 3 different components. The first step is to take 3 parts regular potting soil, 2 parts of sand, and 1 part perlite, and mix them well together in a large container, as this will be your potting mix. You can clearly see a demonstration of how to do this. You can always scale this up and add more potting soil. But remember to keep the ratio equal always of 3 parts regular potting soil, 2 parts of sand, and 1 part perlite. Here's the finished product. Now on to step 2, or the planting. Fill the 3 containers 4/5 of the way up. Label the first part succulent, the second pot tomato 1, and label the third pot tomato 5. Place a small hole in each of the containers' dirt. In the container labeled succulent, plant the succulent. In the other 2 containers, plant 1 4-ounce tomato or any other vegetable or flowering plant each. Here's an example of the 3 pots filled 4/5 of the way up. Here's an example of the succulent labeled pot, the pot labeled tomato 1, and the pot labeled tomato 5. Here's an example of the hole that you need to place in each of the pot's soil. And here's a demonstration to show you how to plant the vegetable plants as well as the succulent. Now the last and most important step is the watering and monitoring. For the tomato marked tomato 5, spritz water 5 times near the base every day. For the tomato marked tomato 1, spritz water once every day. For the succulent, spritz water 5 times near the succulent base once a week. Every day, notice the growth of each plant and monitor them for about 1 month. Which plant survived the best and which plant survived better with less water. Thank you for listening and go experimenting.